Hi everybody, it's Sandy here. I'm doing my 11th video. Can't believe it. Time is really flying by. We're almost at the end of the year. Today is December 8th, 2017, and I want to welcome everybody to my video. Welcome back to all the people that have been watching me right along, and I have picked up some new subscribers. Yay! And I would like to welcome all of them and just say I really enjoy visiting with all of you. I'm trying a little bit of a camera, the camera angle. I'm trying to make it a little different. One of my very best friends from childhood watched my videos and told me that she didn't like the camera angle, and that is a sign of a true friend that's going to tell you exactly what they think, and that's how her and I are. So hi Sharon, hope you're watching this one. You're now famous, and thanks a lot for bringing that to my attention. I had noticed it, too much ceiling in the videos, and I had last time I put a book under my laptop because I use my laptop to record, and this time I added a couple more books to raise it up a little bit. So hopefully this is a little bit better angle, and it'll make the video a little more enjoyable. So if anybody has any comments on that, let me know. I am always looking for ways to improve what I'm doing. I am drinking a little bit of coffee this morning, so I'm going to have a little sip. And I'm doing my video a couple days early. I had gone to Hobby Lobby and bought some stuff, and I want to get that stuff put away. And things aren't moving as fast as I would like them to as far as getting things done this year for Christmas. I just barely have my little tree up, and I'm going to try to turn this laptop a little bit so you can just catch a glimpse of it. It's no big deal. I have hardly anything up for Christmas, so I'm going to try to do this slowly so that anybody who does get sick from that kind of a thing with the moving camera, maybe you could just look away for a couple seconds. But we're going to turn around here and show you all of my messy house until we get over here, and there is my little tree. It's just sitting on an end table, and like I said, it's no big deal. So I'm going to slowly bring you guys back around here and bring you back to me and see if we can get where we should be. I think that's pretty good. Okay, one of the things is I wanted to say I noticed when I watched back my last video that I was terribly chatty, and I'm going to try to keep that to a minimum. I know that you guys come here for the stitching and a little visit, and I just kind of get carried away talking to you guys. Since I'm retired, my husband really doesn't want to hear about any of this stuff, and sometimes you guys are the ones that I have to talk about it with, so bear with me. I'll try not to be too bad. Let's see. I also wanted to thank you, all of you who have been praying for my great niece Olivia and sending good positive thoughts her way, to her and her family. She is undergoing chemo once a week. She did have to have a blood transfusion, but she seems to be doing okay. So let's just hope that things continue along with those patterns. And for anybody who doesn't know, Olivia is 7 years old, and she was diagnosed with leukemia. But it is a type of leukemia that has proved treatable in the past. But she does have a long way to go to get back to normal. So continued prayers and good thoughts are deeply appreciated. Okay, before I do anything else, you know, we had talked before that people were talking about the 20 things about them and stuff like that. And I said I didn't want to talk about that all at one time. So I'm kind of, when I think about it, I'm interjecting something into the videos about me and my past life. And today I thought I'd just take a minute and talk about some of my job history. And I had lots of different jobs throughout the years, retail, credit jobs. I was even a collector for a while. That was something that I really hated. And that was back in the early 60s when we could kind of do just about anything. We could lie, we could do all kinds of stuff, which collectors can't do a lot of that stuff now. But anyways, when my kids were young, I started volunteering at the schools to have something to do. And I joined the parent-teacher organization, and I was treasurer of that for several years. And I volunteered in the library. And eventually it got to the point where we were having some problems getting volunteers. And so I kind of just took over the whole thing. And I actually taught library skills. I worked very closely with all of the teachers. And since I was the treasurer of the PTO and we were constantly trying to raise money for the schools, a lot of what we did was spent the money for books for the school library. And I worked very closely with the teachers to make sure that the books that we were bringing in were the books that the teachers felt were important to have in the library. And so I really, really loved that. And during the time that I was doing that, I started thinking about going back to college. I had never been able to go to college when I was younger. Back in the 60s, you weren't considered an adult until you were 21. So in order to go to college, your parents had to sign for you to go to college. They had to sign the student loans. An 18-year-old student couldn't do that. There were a lot of things that we couldn't do. We couldn't vote. You couldn't buy a car. You couldn't get a loan. You couldn't get a credit card until you were 21. And so my father said, you don't need to go to college. Girls just get married and have kids. So my dreams of being a teacher were kind of dashed. And then I made some poor choices in my life during that time. I think at the time I thought I was lashing back at my father, but actually when it comes down to it, I was just ruining parts of my life, but I won't get into that. So eventually here we are, my kids are in grade school, and so they kept telling me that they would eventually hire somebody as a library aide. And the principal kept telling me that when we do that, you're going to get the job. Well, in the meantime, I had gone to work. I was working for the school system on a very, very part-time basis as a noon aide, being with the kids during lunch and recess, and also as a substitute secretary. So if a secretary in one of the schools called off sick, I would go in and sit at the desk that day and answer the phone and take care of whatever needed to be taken care of. Then I decided that I was going to go back to college because my husband kept saying, you know, a lot of the guys' wives are working and you're not working and you're just giving away your time for nothing. And I tried to look for a job. When I'd met my husband, I'd been working in payroll and bookkeeping. And I couldn't get a job because computers had come in the meantime, and I didn't have the computer experience. So I decided to go to college. So I started going to the local community college, and I decided to take accounting. And it was a 2-year program to get an associate's degree in business with my major being accounting. And so I started doing that at night. I did get hired in then as a library aide, but about 3/4 of the way through the school year, there was a grievance filed by someone who felt that they should have gotten my job. And they were still working for the school system, and I had left the school system prior to getting hired in as the library aide, and was working for the grocery store as a cashier. So they took my job away from me at the end of that school year, and I was absolutely devastated because I loved working with the kids. And I loved doing what I was doing. And all of the teachers loved what I was doing. And they all wrote letters to the school board and said, look, this other girl that you're wanting to give this job to doesn't even know the difference between fiction and nonfiction. And you want to give her this job. And the school board, they said, well, she's filing a grievance. We don't fight grievances. We give in. So I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do? This was my dream job. This is what I really wanted to do. Even if I wasn't an actual teacher, I was there in the classroom. I was teaching these kids library skills. I was teaching them about books, broadening their horizons. I loved it. But you know what they say, when God closes one door, he always has another door there that's open, and it's waiting for you to walk through it. And that's what happened. I started going to college more and more rather than part-time. I actually received a scholarship through the college that allowed me to go full-time for one whole year. And I got my degree in accounting. And actually, during the time that I was going to school, I was actually named Accounting Student of the Year, one of the years. And my accounting teachers asked me to tutor other students. So I did that, and I ran a study group for the students. So there I was, back kind of teaching again. And so when I graduated, I put my application out there and I got a job as a cost accountant. And they were actually looking for someone with a 4-year degree, but they were impressed with me, and not to blow my own horn or anything, but that's what they told me, and they hired me. And I worked at that job for a while until I started having problems with my son. He was a teenager then. And there were a lot of problems, so after a lot of thought processes and late nights and thinking, I decided that I needed to step back from the job. They were not willing to work with me for flex hours or going part-time for a while or anything like that. They just said it's 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, period. So I left, and it was a good thing I did because my son had some very serious issues at the time, and we got them addressed, so now he's perfectly fine. 6 months later, I applied for a part-time job working in accounting and got hired, and that was the company that I actually ended my career with. I was there almost 18 years. I started out working part-time in accounting and then went full-time after things with my son leveled out. And eventually, through some corporate takeovers of this small company I was working at, it became part of a very large corporation. And I then moved through the ranks and eventually became the purchasing manager. And loved it. Absolutely loved it. And those years that I was working, I was very, very happy. I wasn't teaching anybody anymore, but I loved my job. And so that it is true that where we may sometimes think that things have come to the end and we put a period, God puts a comma. And I am a believer, and I know some people aren't, but I am, and I'm very proud of that fact. And I truly believe that God put a comma at that point in my life and moved me on to something that I probably ended up enjoying much more than I would have being a library aide. So there's that. So that's one of my things. And I hope I didn't go on too long about that. So let's move right along. And Hobby Lobby. Remember last time I said I'd never been to a Hobby Lobby, and I Googled it and found out that there was one about an hour away, and my sister-in-law and I went, and oh my gosh, what a store. I've been to Michael's, but Hobby Lobby was an amazing store. And of course, I bought things, so I've got to show you. And I want to get them put away. That's why I'm having this video today, so I can start putting them away. One small thing I got was I bought some fabric. And of course, I tend to always work on Aida. And so I got this small piece because this color was, and I hope the glare's not, I didn't want to take it out of the bag. It's called Antique Blue, and I had never seen this color before. So I got that. Hold it up there, maybe you can really see that color. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but something. And then I checked out their clearance section, and I came upon a couple of kits, and the prices I couldn't believe. This kit was $39.99, and I got it for $8.63, and it's so cute. Look at the dogs and the cats. I love my kitties. As you all know, I have 3 rescue kitties, and this is so cute. It's a Design Works. It's 14 count Aida. Comes with everything. There's the floss there in the back. It's called Home Sweet Home, and I think I'm going to love that one. It's so cute. And then the other one that I picked up was a $44.99 original price, and I got this one for $9.71. And this is a Janelin, and it is also 14 count Aida. And isn't that beautiful? I'm trying to hold it where I know you can see it. Hold it up a little closer. There's the, oh, I hope it's not too much glare in there. But that is so pretty, and of course the beautiful floss. And I am so looking forward to stitching on that one. And then I got some items for an item for finishing. I had seen you guys have these, and I had never seen these anywhere where I had been shopping. And of course, I don't go shopping very often, but I really like this with the little clamp on it, and I thought one of my projects will fit in that at some time. And when we were in Hobby Lobby, almost every single thing in the store was like 50%, well, not everything, but a lot of things were 50% off. So I got this for 50% off. So there was that. And this other item, I actually got at Target, but I saw it. It was only $3. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I could do something with this for cross stitch. And it's supposed to be for cards, to display your cards on. But I thought, I picked it up and I thought, I am going to try to use this for something for cross stitch. If I need to, I can take some of these strings off the front. You know, it's got these strings on here, and make it so that, you know, maybe take off all but this one and this one up at the top and have something in here. But I thought that some kind of a finish that I can do with that. So those are the items. That was really about all I got. I did get something else. It was a gift for my husband, and it was supposed to be a Christmas present, but I brought it home, and I had to give it to him right away, and it's hanging downstairs. He loves it. and I'm not going to bring it up, but basically it's like a plaque, and it has, my husband is a gun person. He collects guns, all kinds, mostly World War II guns, because he's a World War II fanatic. He's a Vietnam veteran, but he had an uncle that fought at the Battle of the Bulge. No. Is that it? Don't ask me. I'm not that into it. But anyways, he had an uncle that was in something that was wounded and stuff like that. So he's really into that World War II stuff. So anyways, this has two like Western pistols, kind of like this. And then it has something at the top holding it. And it has a thing going across the bottom with a couple of bullets. And in the middle, it said, "We don't call 911. And that is so my husband, because he always says, you know, somebody better never break in here. So that it is what it is. But anyways, he loved it, and it was all made of metal. And he was enthralled with it. Okay, this time I have no finishes. Didn't get that far. But I did work on 3 whips. And the last time I had just started working on my Bayside Cottage. And of course that is my Dimensions Gold Petites. And so I worked on that for a while, and I got quite a bit more done, if you remember. So I'm really happy with where I'm at with that. And then I put that away, and I had told you that I was going to try to get some stitches in on my Paula Vaughn, my spring garden spot. And the stitching is all done on this. I just need to work on the back stitching. And Paula Vaughn's are very heavy in back stitching. The back stitching is what actually, in my mind, makes the design. And I'm trying to fold this so that I can show it to you so that and I'm losing it. But anyways, here we are. And I got a lot of this right in here, this back stitching done in here, up here. So I need to continue to move on through here. You can see there's quite a bit of back stitching done here and down here. And I did some on the basket, but I've got a lot of it right in through here. And so I'm going to continue to work on that. And I think I worked on that 3 days this last week. And I'm going to try to continue to keep doing that until it's finished. My original goal was to have that finished by the end of the year. Since we've only got 3 weeks left, I doubt that's going to happen. But maybe by the end of January. Future plans. Then I got my Santa out, and I got started stitching on him, and usually I do about 5 days to a project, and then I switch off. But I couldn't stop. I was having so much fun with him and enjoying it so much that I kept going. And you can see I did quite a bit more. I got all the way down. I got this up so high now that I can't see. I got all the way down through here. I started on the tree, and I'm back stitching as I go. So I'm going to just try to move that up there and hope that you're seeing it. I'm enjoying this, and I'm trying to make up my mind now. Should I keep on with this and keep working on it? I didn't have any intention of finishing this by Christmas, but I'm enjoying it. So I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I should just keep going on it and get a finish before the end of the year. I have to weigh my pros and cons there, because I'm not really tired of it yet, so maybe I will do that. Okay, now, moving right along, I did kit up my, what's that called? That kit? Japanese garden, I think? Can't remember. But anyways, I kitted that up. I got all the floss in the little bags that I keep my floss in. Got them all marked. Washed the Ada cloth to hopefully get a little bit of that stiffness out of it. And let's see, went through a whole lot more magazines, pulling out charts and stuff to give away to you all. And when I was going through the magazines, I came across Paula Vaughn. And this one has another one of her charts. And let me see, that's the chart itself. Where was the picture? Let's see if I can find it. I know it was here. You know what? Maybe it was on the cover. Yep, it was on the cover. And I'm gonna, of course, pull that out because I love Paula Vaughn, and put that into my stash for stitching. I'm not sure when, but gotta love those Paula Vaughns. I mean, the detail is, I think I am about Paula Vaughn the way a lot of you are about Nora Corbett. I probably will never stitch a Nora Corbett, and I think they're beautiful. They're just not quite what I think I want to stitch. And we're all different, so that's what makes it wonderful, because we can see what everybody else is into doing. Okay, chart winners. Let me get these over here and find, I have a limited amount of space here and a lot of stuff, so I'm going to try to do this without too much trouble. And then I've got some new charts to show you. Okay, the first one that I have on top here is the Indian Maiden, and if y'all remember, it's the Indian Maiden. And I only had one person who requested Indian Maiden, and that was Shelly, Moonlight Stitcher. Shelly, I think I have your address from when I won the kit from your giveaway. So, but do send me a message so that I know that you saw this and that you know you have this coming. And if I don't have the address, then I'll get it from you. So there's that one. The next one was the, okay, this one here I don't think anybody requested. That was the little skunk, the cute little skunk. So no request on that one, so we'll put that one away for a future time. The white work, let's see, where am I at here? All right, I think I had one person that requested this baby sampler with the where you put in a lock of the baby's hair, and that was Verpy R. And Verpy, I know I have your address, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I could be saying that totally wrong, but I'm saying it kind of the way it looks like it's spelled. So that will be coming to you. I don't get things mailed out real fast, but I try. That's all I can say. I'm not the world's fastest mover. Okay, the white work egg, which was this one right here. That one, I only had one request, and that is Karen Austin. And so, Karen, if you will message me, and I can get you my email address, and you can either comment on the original, you can comment on this video and say, hey, I won the white work egg, or however you want to get a hold of me so that we can get your address. Okay, and let's see. Where are we? Okay, the flower sampler. No, wait a minute. The potting shed. The potting shed. I don't think I had anybody request the potting shed, so I'm going to put that one for the next time. The flower sampler. This one here. I had 2 people, and I put those 2 names right here, pieces of paper. I'm going to kind of juggle them around, and the one that landed on my laptop is the winner, and that is Susan Oberfeld. I think that's how that's pronounced. So Susan, if you will get a hold of me, then I can get your address. I hope I'm making sense. Sometimes I just kind of ramble. And then, of course, the last one was the Nora, which was the gathering eggs. And I've got it just this way instead of having the gathering eggs. And I had several people request that one. And so I put all the names back here. These are all the names for the gathering eggs. And I'm kind of going to just put these over here, and I'm going to pick one. And this is the one I picked. And let's see who it is. Sandra's Stitches. So, congratulations, and let me know or get a hold of me and get me your address, and I will get that one out to you. Okay, now for the next group of ones. And I don't know if I've said it before, but I know when I'm watching everybody's videos, they're always saying that for their giveaways, you have to be 18 so that I can have your address without parent permission or so forth. You should be a subscriber, please. I mean, really. It's really not fair for people that are just trolling through looking for free stuff to get the charts that to try to turn around and sell them or something. So it really, you should be a subscriber. And I forget what the other stuff is. My brain is just sometimes. Okay, let's show the new charts. And I will send these anywhere. International and I fold these, I put them in a number 10 business size envelope. It's $1.15 outside of the US. So when I start feeling like that's going to break my bank, then I will maybe say something else. All right, this one is Victorian House. And this one is it has 2 layers of stitching. The top layer of specialty stitches forms the outside of the house, and the bottom layer shows what's going on behind the windows and the front door. So they did this on 32 count raw linen and 32 count ivory linen. Calls for DMC and number 12 pearl DMC number 8 and number 12 pearl cotton, and then cotton embroidery floss that are listed on the other page. They show all the specialty stitches. So there's quite a few pages to this. So everything that you need to be able to know what you need to purchase for this is all there. So this is Victorian House. If that is something that you would be interested in, then please put down that you would like to stitch Victorian House. The next one is another sampler, and this one is called the Four Seasons Sampler. And it says, there is no season such delight can bring as summer, autumn, winter, and the spring. And then it has a person's name. They put their name on there, and this is from a 1998 magazine. They have the specialty stitches showing on here. This is embellished with, it says it's mostly from cross stitches. It's embellished with Algerian eyelets. And let's see, what is this here? Oh, there's also another one in here. It's a piecework journal. So there's that one. So if you would like this one, tell me that you would like to stitch the Four Seasons sampler. Okay, now we have the Valentine. See that one? This one says simple cross stitches to create the center of this outstanding pillow. And, you know, again, you don't have to do it as a pillow. You could do it and frame it or anything else you want to do with it. But there's that one, the Valentine. So if you'd like to stitch the Valentine, just let me know that. The next one is a floral window ornaments. And I'm going to show you, here's one. Hope that's coming across there. And then I'm going to try to cover up the chart over here. There's 3 more here. And let's see. There's the charts for those. And then also there's some other things here. They're charts. I don't have the pictures for them because they were on the back of something else that that I did, but there's a chart. If you can stitch that from looking at that, good. And then there's some borders on the back that can be stitched. So if you are interested in this one, then tell me you would like to stitch the floral window ornaments. And one more, oh no, 2 more. Here is the peacock. It's called Royal Plumage, or plumage, or however you say that word. Real pretty. And on this one, there is the chart. It's on 2 pages. And then you get a bonus here because on the back, and again, it's just the chart. You don't get the actual pictures, but here's some kitty cats chart. There's also a sampler called Twilight Tea. And there's also one cardinal. So I just stuck those on there because they were close to it. So if you want to get all of those charts, you just tell me you want to stitch the peacock. And I will send that out to you. Now this last one, I don't know if anybody's going to be interested in this, but I thought, well, I'll put it, if you have a child who would be interested in stitching, or grandchild or whatever. This was a kit, and it was a cross-stitch kit for kids. And I actually stitched this, but just because I thought that frog was so cute. But it was years and years and years. Gosh, so many years ago, I can't even remember. But it's Have a Happy Day, and it is so cute. And it was a kit, so, but the information is on the back here. It gives you the DMC colors, and the chart is here, and so it would be really cute for, it says it's kid tested for ages 8 through 14, and I guarantee it was adult tested too. So if you wanted to have a really quick stitch for yourself for a child, or if you have or know of a child that would like to start cross stitching or would enjoy this, let me know you'd like the frog. Okay, I think that's just about everything. As far as my future plans, 2 weeks from now is going to bring us up right before Christmas. I'm not real sure just exactly how much stitching I'm going to get done or what I'm going to have going on. So I'm not going to say right now exactly when the next video would be. But if you're wanting to put in for the magazine charts, I would say that by December 23rd would probably be the cutoff. So leave your comment by then. As far as my future plans, I would like to start something on Christmas Day. I think our family has a celebration on Christmas Eve for, it's my 2 brothers and all of our families. We all get together at somebody different. Last year it was at my house. This year it's at my youngest brother's house. And we always do our big Christmas thing then. We have a meal and just family, fun, and friendship. And so on Christmas Day, it's pretty quiet. So I think I'd like to do a start then, maybe the Japanese garden. I am going to try over the next few weeks to kit up a few more projects. I'm going to try to finish going through all of those old magazines before the end of the year so that I can know exactly how much stash I actually have and start looking at my fabrics and deciding, do I have enough? Do I want to dye some? I haven't ever done that, but the tutorials and the people that have done the videos showing it looks pretty easy. So maybe I'll try that. Or go to the local shop and just buy some hand-dyed Aida. And go on from there and start the new year and just enjoy myself. So I want to wish Merry Christmas to everybody in case I don't get back with a video. Please have a safe and blessed holiday. And hope everybody gets everything that they're looking for, that they're hoping they're going to get. And enjoy your stitching. I certainly am. So until then, take care. Love to everybody. Bye.